I feel like drinking Coke Zero from Chick-fil-A while I'm talking about my gay hockey romance should be illegal, but you know, I've seen so many things. It's like, I'm hungry first, I'm gay second. Luther! Luther! My cat's trying to scratch TV. She's back! Hey guys, welcome to my first video in 2 years. So stick with me because this one's gonna be rough for sure. One thing I'm gonna try to work on is my hand motions, because one thing about me is I love some jazz hands, okay? I'm a thespian. Love jazz hands. So to get back into my channel, I've been making a lot of shorts, which have been doing good. I have one that has over 600,000 views, which as somebody who just started getting back into YouTube, that's huge for me. I'm going to try though to be doing some long content videos. I just feel like this one's going to be very cringy and I'm gonna be really nervous like getting back into it. But you can't get better if you don't even try it, okay? So we're here. I got this light for, I believe, my birthday last year. I don't know where the remote's at because I am trying to have it be one solid color, but it's not working. So if you see the glare through my glasses, that's why. Okay, so to get into the video today, what I'm going to show you guys is my first book, which, what better time to wear my t-shirt that I also made. I also have a sweater. This is the first book that I wrote. I'm going to see when I upload this video if it's going to be backwards like this. And if it is, you know what? We live and learn, and the next video I'll do better. Please just don't give up on me. That's my main thing. I will try. I will get better every video, I promise you. You just have to be patient with me. So this is my first book that I wrote. It's called My Favorite Things About Him. It is a MM, which is 2 male main characters. Spicy, hockey, bi awakening romance, which just means that one of them didn't realize that he was into men. Which, one thing about me is I love a good MM romance book, and I love one where it's a bi awakening or a gay awakening. Love it. This was my first book. I actually last night just got finished writing my second book, which it is not the second one in this series. That's the one that I'm transitioning to finishing now. So when I published this one, I had started the second book in this series and a new book in a new series at the same time. And then kind of depending on the mood I was feeling, because they're both very different vibes for like the type of books that they are. Whatever vibe mood I was in was like the book that I kind of wrote. And this first book in my new series really got to me. This book will always, no matter how many books I write, this book will always have a very special spot in my heart because it's literally what made me a published author last year. And I just feel like that's so cool to say. Like, I mean, this book didn't really like blow up. I mean, obviously I'm not a New York best time selling author yet. Mark my words, it will happen, okay? That's gonna be on this YouTube channel that on, what is today, February 9th, 2026, Jackie declared that she will be a New York best time selling author. And I will be, because literally nothing is impossible. You just gotta work hard for it. And that's what I'm doing. So this book was the first book that I wrote. I'm going to make content on like how to make your own, because I did everything start to finish from this book with the help of one of my very good friends. She helped me edit this. She's probably the biggest reader that I know. She really helped get me into like reading audiobooks, because I always thought reading audiobooks was cheating, if I'm being honest. I thought you had to read actual, like the physical copy for it to count as like your reading goal. No, I read over 100 books last year and 85% of them were audiobooks because I worked a full-time job and I have kids and I own a food truck. So this channel is mainly going to be about me as an author, but you will probably see like, I'll probably still do some cleaning videos every once in a while, or on my shorts, I'll do like lunches that I pack for my kids. And then if you guys want to see food truck content, I didn't really make that last year. Last year was my first year with the food truck. I can make content for that too. But mainly what my channel is for is being an author, reading. I really got into reading 2 years ago. My favorite categories for reading are LGBTQ+, spicy romance, dark romance, hockey romance. My main thing with dark romance is I'm one of those people that I do have triggers, and dark romance has a lot of them. So there's not a ton of dark romance that I've really dabbled in. But spicy romance, sign me up, okay? There's probably not a spicy romance book that I won't read. Except, you know what actually I won't read are like those old Western ones. I have a friend that likes the Western like romance stories, and I just can't do it. It is not my thing. So I can't do that. So it's very exciting publishing my own book. I literally, like, I remember getting this first copy. I'll have to see if I can find a clip and I'll add it in here, but I know that it's not like the right way for a long content YouTube video, but I can see if I can find it and I'll add it in here. Okay, here we go. Got the sweater on. Okay. First copies of the book. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh, I can like kind of see. Like, I was trying not to look. I'm so excited. Yes! No way! Bro! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that looks so good! But when I got my first copy of this book, literally I was so happy. And then I got my first box, like my first shipment. So when you get your first book, there's a code on it that says like not for resale. So that was the very first one I got. And I just couldn't believe it. Like holding your own physical book is nuts. It's nuts. I was super proud. I'm still super proud. I'm like, I wrote a book. Like, I can't believe that. I just finished writing my second book. I have to go in and see how many words it was that I wrote in here. But this book is 258 pages long. The one that I just finished writing is around 106,000 words and is like 400 pages. Is, yeah, almost double the size of this book. There's my cat, Luther. I'm so proud of the second book. I'm telling you, if you guys want to write, please follow my channel. I am going to post everything that I did as a first-time author, like things that helped me from writing the book to designing the cover to how to format your book, because that is one thing. I gotta find a page in here that doesn't have a naughty word in it or something. One thing that I really learned was like formatting. I learned how to do my spacing better, how to do my indentations so they're not as far. So many things I've learned. But you wanna know something? I will never not be proud of this book because I literally did this on my own with the help of my friend, with the editing. I was like, you know what? I love reading. And one thing about me is I love to talk. I am a talker. Why the hell not write my own book? So that's exactly what I did. I just seriously, every time I look at it, like I'm holding it like, dude, this is literally my book. I'm so excited. I'll do some videos on my journey of how I wrote the book, how I designed the cover, everything from start to finish about how I wrote my book. I will share with you guys in upcoming videos. I promise I will get better. And you know what? Be one of the first people here with me, okay? Because another thing that I do is TikTok lives. And there are some girls on there that have been with me since the beginning. And let me tell you, I will never forget those ladies, okay? And then I also sell blind dates with a book. Those are other videos that I'll make on like how you sell a blind date with a book. I have two options. So for this book specifically, if you just want to buy the book, you can buy this on my TikTok shop. And then I do like a full blind date with the book. And my blind dates with the book aren't all like specifically my book. I sell from other indie authors, best-selling books on TikTok and Book Talk and all that stuff. So this one is my book. Just another example, because they all come with like little goodies, but like this one comes with a little pocket heart that's rainbow because it's LGBTQ plus book. And as somebody who's a part of the community, I feel like that is something that is very important to me. I am very proud that that was my first book. Obviously I'm not a man, so the MM part is not related to me, but I am LGBTQ plus. And personally, I do not feel like there's enough representation for our community that are good, spicy books. I'm not saying that there are not some out there, but there are way more heterosexual books, which is totally cool. I mean, I read those too, but we need some gay romance, okay? In my opinion. And if you don't agree, that's okay. When you write your book, normally you like dedicate. If you're a book reader, some of this stuff is probably obvious to you, but when you buy a book or if you're writing a book, something that you put in like the first couple pages is your dedication. So for my first book, I put, to my readers who are struggling or who have ever struggled to truly feel like yourselves for any reason, this book is for you. You're never alone in your journey. And then in the back, this is something I feel like very special that I like. Okay, so then like on the back, I do like my acknowledgements. You know, I'm actually gonna read this. I haven't read it in a while, so I'm gonna read it. So for my acknowledgements, I put, I want to start by thanking you, the reader, for buying and reading my first novel. Thank you to all of the wonderful people I've met on TikTok. Without that community, I don't... See, I already knew I was going to get nervous. One thing about me though, too, I'm a terrible out loud reader. Like I always have been. Like, were you guys like that in school when they'd be like, okay, it's your turn to read, Samantha? And I'm like, no. So, Thank you to all the wonderful people I've met on TikTok. Without that community, I honestly don't think this story would have ever been written. I'm so thankful for every single one of you. Alicia, thank you for helping me with proofreading and being one of my biggest hype people along the journey. Your encouraging words along the way of writing this story helped me continue to see through it. A huge thank you to the LGBTQ plus community for just existing. Growing up knowing you're different is something I can personally relate to, and I'm so thankful for this beautiful community I get to be a part of. Thank you to my local hockey team for getting me interested in the sport so many years ago. I wouldn't have been able to comfortably and confidently write this book if I didn't have so much knowledge from all the games I've attended over the years. While this book is not written about any specific While this book is not written about any specific persons, places, or events, I hope this book can help someone struggling with their sexual orientation to see that you're not alone in feeling different. Below are some resources for anyone who may need them. Your life matters. Please reach out if you ever feel alone. And then there's a crisis intervention and suicide prevention phone service for the LGBTQ plus community with the phone number. And then also a text message like hotline that you can use to talk to people. So yeah, hockey is a huge part of my life. I love just hockey in general, like not sexualizing the hockey romance part. I mean, I love me some of that, but I just love hockey in general. When I published this book, I got 2 tattoos. I got hockey pucks. I got hockey sticks, and I got like a stack of books right here. And they're like, let me tell you, those were some painful tattoos. Definitely some of my most painful tattoos. They did not tickle. My absolutely most painful tattoo is my chest cover up that I have. This thing hurt like a son of a gun. I had to do that in 2 parts. And let me tell you, that's the only tattoo that I've had to use the numbing cream on. I got through the first 3 hours. I did the whole outline, 1 flower completely colored, and then I had to tap out. Listen to your body. When you're getting a tattoo, listen to your body. I promise you, your tattoo artist wants you to tell them when you need to tap out. They are not going to care if they have to stop. They're going to care if you pass out on them, is what they're going to care about. I feel like drinking Coke Zero from Chick-fil-A while I'm talking about my gay hockey romance should be illegal. But, you know, I've seen so many things. It's like, I'm hungry first, I'm gay second. Love that. Love that. So, yes, that is what this channel will be about. I'm going to try to make this video about 20 minutes. I'm going to have to edit, and that's what I'm like really scared is that it's not going to be even close to 20 minutes. So, this book is a hockey romance. I will read the back of it. So I'll just give you guys like a little detail about my book. This will be like the little end half of my video to kind of get us into when I start my next video, and I'll go more into depth about like how I wrote this and stuff. But I'm gonna read you guys the back of the book. This book is available on Amazon, and I will also link my TikTok shop below. The main difference if you order through me and not through Amazon is that you get extra goodies in your book and it comes signed. So you are able to purchase just this book. And if you go to my TikTok page, you'll see like the different options you can buy. I do have some messed up copies of these, and by that it's just there was some formatting, some spacing errors, and a couple of words that got tweaked between the first and the second book. Overall, they're very much the same. It's just minor things. And if you've ever read an indie author, sometimes they don't fix those mistakes. And I've personally read books like that. I mean, you're reading from an indie author, especially when it's first time. I'm not ashamed of my work. So I do have some options available on there for like slightly imperfect copies, which are just like some typos, things like that, but nothing crazy. My proofreader really went through it. It's just some things that I critique that, you know, if you have ever thought about writing a book or you started to write one and you reread it, it's never going to be perfect. Don't ever settle and like not give it your all, but also realize that there's a line between like, you can only make it so perfect. On the back, so Connor and Ty are my 2 main characters. Connor's little backstory here, it says, I have a great life on the country's #1 college You know what I'm gonna do at the end of this video is I'm gonna add all of the snippets of how I can't speak English. I am currently learning my 4th language right now. I know English, Spanish, American Sign Language, and I'm working on Russian right now. But I think I need to go back to English, okay? Because obviously it being my first language has not helped me ever in life. I always like forget how to speak. Anyway, take 2. You know what? I'm so serious. When I get to 1,000 followers, I'm not even kidding you. I'm at 868, I think, right now. When I get to 1,000 followers, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy one of those director things. I'm so dead. So dead ass. I'll do it. I don't even know if I can cuss on these videos. If I can't, I'm so sorry, TikTok. YouTube, so sorry, YouTube. And I won't do it again. Please don't take this video down. I have a great life on the country's #1 college hockey team, and I'm lucky enough to play alongside my best friend and captain of the team, Amir. After losing a few guys from the previous season, we hold tryouts, needing to fill a few slots for our team. Ty shows up and makes the team. I don't know what it is about him, but I can't get him off of my mind. He's openly gay, and I have no issues with that, but I'm not gay. I do everything I can to avoid him. That is, until I walk in on him coming out of my bathroom. And then flip side, here's Ty. It was always my mom, sister, and me growing up, so moving 17 hours away for college was the hardest thing I've ever done. That is, until I find out there's no housing left and a large grant I was waiting on was given to another student. Convinced I was going to be stuck living in a hotel or have to move in with my bachelor best friend Trav began to stress me out. Trav tells me about the hockey tryouts and I decided it's worth a shot. Hey, no pun intended. Just realized what I did there. Shot, hockey. That was not intended. After making the team, I move into the hockey house. My room is right across from the hottest straight man I've ever laid my eyes on. Things seem to be going good in the house until one night everything I thought I knew changes when I have to use the hot straight man's bathroom across the hall. In this hockey romance, two men are put to the test. After an encounter in Connor's room during a house party, both men are faced with the truth neither of them expected. Will they act on their desires or let the fear of the unknown keep them from each other? Get a copy of this college hockey spicy romance novel. Okay, listen, I know like AI has been like a huge thing. People are using AI for everything. I promise 100% I did not use AI for anything in this book. And I just feel like the bottom of this really like, that was like, I couldn't believe I wrote that. I'm like, damn girl, like I want to buy the book for myself, okay? Ty moves, and then then the second book, so Ty moves and goes to college with Connor. They start playing on the same hockey team, and then they have a house party where Connor lives in, where Ty moves into, and he needs to use the restroom, and he can't get into his bathroom, and then he goes across the hall, and Connor's bedroom door is unlocked, so he goes in there to use the bathroom. When he comes out, Ty is in the room. When Ty comes out of the bathroom, Connor is in the room, and Ty just came out of Connor's bathroom, like in his bedroom at a house party. What are you doing? So to find out what happens, you must read the book. It is good. It is good. The second book's going to be good too. So the second book is going to be about Ty's younger sister who is moving to go to the same college and Ty's best friend. So, romance, brother's best friend's little sister. It's giving everything, okay? And then the book that I just finished writing that I'm now going through and doing my like proofreading, my final proofread. Make sure you do multiple because you will not catch everything the first time. And then after that, I like do one final read through. Then I will get a copy of the book itself and do one more read through, and then it will be ready for publishing. Do not rush publishing your book. That is one thing. I think that I had to make some mistakes in this book to be able to know how to get better, but just make sure that you take your time because there's always things that you can critique, that you can edit, but just don't do it too much to where you end up like changing the whole story. It's really hard. It is. It's hard to like find a good balance, but if it's something you're passionate about, I say go for it. Follow along with me. I'll help you learn all the tips and tricks that I learned, and yeah. And then so for this book that's going to be in the new series, I'm feeling like I want there to be 3 books. So I just finished the first one, left it on the best cliffhanger. I literally was gasping. Like I was sitting on my couch out here the last few days when I was getting like through the final like couple chapters of my book, and I was literally gasping. I'm like, if you've ever wanted to write a book, if you start writing it, sometimes your characters will take over for you, okay? You have something in mind, but as you're typing, you're like, oh no, he's doing this instead. Oh no, she's doing this instead. So I was literally like, when stuff was happening, I'm finding out like when you guys would find out, okay, when you're reading it, because I'm like, oh, that's not what I thought was gonna happen. I love it though. I seriously, like when the book ended, and last night, I just finished typing my final chapter last night, and it just ends on like such a cliffhanger, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I need to start writing the second book immediately, but I need to finish proofreading this one, get the cover, finish doing all my steps to publish it, and then I need to finish the second book in this series and then start that one. So I don't want to start more than 2 books at a time because that's just so much going on and I want to actually finish them. So my goal this year, my realistic goal this year is to have the second book in this series published and that first book in the series that I just finished last night, to have that published. So I would realistically like to publish 2 books this year. Last year in March, so next month it'll be a year since I published this book. This year I would realistically like to publish 2 books, and since I've already been working on both of them, that's realistic. But just to give you an idea, like realistically, if you're just starting a book, publishing a book within a year is doable, but really make sure that you take the time. I mean, like so the book I finished with last night, I don't think I worked on it for like 2 months straight. I could not figure out, like, the thing with this book is there was a character in the book that I like couldn't decide if I wanted him in or out of the book. So I wrote him in the book originally, then I took him out of the book, and then I took the 2 months off, and then I put him back in the book, but I tweaked his character, and it flows so perfectly now. So just don't rush it. If you feel like it's called writer's block. If you feel like you're having writer's block, don't keep writing. Take the time that you need. It's worth it, because I'm so thankful that I took the time, because it's so much better. Like, I think it could have been good if I left the character out, but it is so much better that I left the character in. So, and what's your new book about, Jackie? Well, I don't have the back of it written yet to tell you what it's about, and I don't want to give too much away because I have to decide what I'm going to put on the back. But I can tell you that it is a reverse harem, found family, girl moves to a new city and finds 3 men. And at this moment, that's all that I can give you until I figure out what I'm writing on the back. But it's a spicy romance, very spicy. It's a spicy romance. I'm super proud. I'm very proud of that book, and I'm gonna go back to writing this book once I finish getting the cover and final edit and everything done on this one, and I'm very excited. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you stayed this long, thank you so much, because when I look back at this video in a year, I'm gonna be like, dang, how did anybody watch that video through? Thank you. Thank you if you watched it this far. Leave a comment if you watched this far. I really appreciate all of the people that are watching this. And you know what? If it gets like 3 views, it gets like 3 views. And you know what we're gonna do? One thing about me, if you ever get on my TikTok, you follow my book talk page about my author journey, I haven't gone live as much. I'm gonna try to get back into that. One thing I love is giveaways. So here's a random giveaway that we're gonna do. If you've watched this video all the way through, comment that you watched it. Tell me one thing that you either liked about this video or one thing that you want to see me make a video about in the future. And I will be giving away a copy of my book signed in a blind date with a book edition to one person who comments. I'll give it, let's see, today's Monday, so I'll pick somebody on Friday. That way it gives it a week for the video to kind of get out there. So, I mean, I'm so for real. If there's one person that comments, if there's 10 people that comments, I'll pick somebody from those people, and you will win a signed blind date with a book version of my Spicy Hockey Romance. Literally all you have to do is be following me and then comment if you stayed until the end and one thing that you liked about the video or one thing you want to see in future videos, and you can win a copy of this book. So easy peasy. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Seriously, I'm excited. I feel like I was nervous. I feel like it's a lot getting back into YouTube, but I'm very excited. So thank you if you watched the video. And I'm just excited to share with you guys my journey of becoming an indie author and all of the things that go on in my crazy life. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Favorite tropes are LGBTQ plus blah, 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 blah. You know what? It's gonna be 10 minutes of me just trying to read this first sentence. What it's gonna be. Have a great life on the cut. My God. I will get it, I promise. Okay. Okay. I have a great life on the country's #1 college. I'm actually gonna get irritated with myself. I don't know how to read English. I swear.